Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Katie, the Introverted Reader, and today's video is going to be the Loki book tag. This is a book tag that was created by Eric over at Break Even Books. I will leave his original video linked down below. I meant to do this sooner, but you know, just work, the adult life, you know how it is. We have 9 questions to go through today. So these are basically questions and prompts based off of the Loki TV show on Disney Plus, which is wonderful, by the way. So excited for season 2, so excited. I have the questions right here. So the first question is Mischief, a book with a mischievous character. And honestly, this one I spent way too much time thinking about, but literally the answer was right in front of me. And I decided to go with Yumiko from Shadow of the Fox. This is a young adult fantasy series about this young girl called Yumiko, and she is half kitsune, half human, half kitsune, and she is raised by these monks. She was left as a baby on their doorstep at their temple, and she was raised by them. And obviously, because she's half kitsune, she's half fox. So she has this mischievous side. She was always pulling pranks on the monks, and a lot of the monks weren't having it. A lot of them didn't like her. A lot of them were like, oh, why are you this way? Like, why can't you just be quiet? But like, she would just pull prank after prank on them and giggle and live her life. And I really, really enjoyed this book. I really enjoyed this series. So yeah, book with a mischievous character. Yumiko from Shadow of the Fox. Number 2, bring this closer because I'm blind. Variant 1, show a book you have more than one version of. Now, I'm not really the type of person to be collecting multiple versions of different books, but I have here 2 different versions of Six of Crows. So I have my original paperback right here, and I also have, this is very dirty, but this is my hardcover collector's edition. I have the same for Six of Crows as well. So I know this is a collector's edition, but like, this is paperback, this is hardback, so I guess it counts. It counts. I'm gonna be rereading this soon, and I'm so excited. Like, I'm making my way through the Grishaverse again, and I'm so excited to get back to Six of Crows because it's my favorite duology ever. Variant 2, show a book series you have multiple book editions of, you know, for the series. And not to be still hyping on the Leigh Bardugo train, but I have more than one edition of Shadow and Bone. I have my collector's edition right here, which I don't know why I bought, but I did because I'm garbage. And obviously this is my OG edition of Shadow and Bone, and again I have multiple editions of Six of Crows as well. I know this technically maybe doesn't count for this question because it's not the whole series, but if there are going to be collector's editions of the other 2 in this trilogy, then you better believe I'm going to be getting them, so I'm counting it. Because to be honest, I don't have multiple editions of series. Like, the last series I had multiple editions of is Harry Potter, but I got rid of all of those, so sorry about that. Prune, a book that you recently got rid of or are planning to get rid of. Now, I still have a pile of books over in the other room that need to get out of this house. Honestly, I need to get them all out. But one that I recently tried to read and ended up DNFing for the Myth Take Readathon last month was this one, Grace and Fury by Tracy Banghart. I did not even finish this, like I said. I DNF'd it. It was just your low-calorie white feminism, and I wasn't here for it, if I'm being honest. So yeah, it's she's gonna go. She's gonna go. We don't want her here anymore. And if you can hear children shouting, it's because I'm next to a window and they won't shut up. Now, let me see, where do we get to? Question 5. Enchantment, a book that had you under a spell, a book that you could not put down. And one that I genuinely could not put down for the life of me was Chain of Iron by Cassandra Clare. This is the one and only edition I have of this book. This is the collector's first edition. genuinely could not stop reading this. This is like a 600, or yeah, like just under 600 plus pages, and it took me no time to read. I had this read in like 2 days. Like, I genuinely could not stop reading this, and I need Chain of Thorns like right now. I need it. I don't want to wait a year or two or whatever, Miss Claire. I need it. I need it now. I need to know what's going to happen. I need to know, like, because that was just amazing. Alright, where'd we get to? Timekeepers. Name a series that has stood the test of time. Bonus points if it's a trilogy. Well, the series that I'm going to talk about isn't a trilogy. It's actually a 5-book series. And it's Percy Jackson. I really feel like all of Rick Riordan's books really have stood the test of time. Like, I'm seeing people now, like full-grown adults, reading this series for the first time and them just being blown away by it. Like, I know a lot of people read this series like way back when they were kids, and I didn't read this when I was a kid because I didn't really properly get back into reading again until I was in secondary school. And I actually read this series when I was in my 20s, or when I start, I'm still in my 20s. I have 1 more year left. But whenever I was like early 20s, I picked this up for the first time, and I honestly would reread it now as an adult, and I know that I would love it just as much as I did whenever I read it for the first time. So yeah, this is definitely one that is a test of time, and as well as all of Rick's other books, really. Like, let's be real here, Uncle Rick can do no wrong. Asgard. Name a book with royalty or godlike figures. And I'm gonna go with an old fave for this one. Captive Prince by C.S. Pacat. Like, I read a lot of high fantasy, and I probably could have named any high fantasy that I have on my shelf, because you guys know I read a lot of it. But this one was just up there on the shelf, and I was just like, you know what, I'll just grab this one because it has prince in the title, and it's actually about 2 princes. So, and there's like other like members of the royal court and stuff, like kings and queens and noblemen and such have you. So yeah, I'm counting this. Number 8, Daggers, a book that cut you deep and made you emotional. I'll go with a book that I just actually finished this morning. Whenever I was sitting reading it last night, it made me tear up because it was just so beautifully written and just wonderful in every way, and that is A Very Large Expanse of Sea by Tahereh Mafi. Like, this book, I realize it came out in 2018 and I'm so late to the party. But like, this was so beautifully written. I adored the story so much, and like, it made me sad, it made me angry, it made me feel all of the feelings, and yeah, I loved it. It really, really cut me deep. So yeah, I love this. And the very last question, Illusion. A book you bought because you thought the cover was pretty, but it ended up being bad. And oh, do I have one for this, fam. Do I have one for this? And you're not going to be shocked at all. Yeah, this utter and complete waste of time and hours of my life that I'm never getting back ever. Yeah, and as you can see, this is a lovely looking book. Like, the illustration, the spine, the back, you know, end pages, you know, she has everything going for her, doesn't she? You know, and there's illustrations in here. Let me find you one. Yeah, there's illustrations in here that are kind of, that's a really creepy one. Where's like give me a nice full color one. Ah, this one's nice. Yes, there's a nice illustration in there. Yes, this book has everything going for it on the outside. On the inside, not so much, because the plot was non-existent. The characters were flat. And yes, I felt nothing for no one. And I genuinely couldn't care less. And I don't know why I didn't just DNF it, because I could have. But because I'm a stubborn jackass, I carried on and ended up reading the whole thing. But yeah, it was a waste of time. It was a sad and colossal waste of time. and it will definitely be going, it's in the DNF pile, and I need to get it the hell out of my house and the hell out of my life. Can you tell that I really didn't like that book? Anyway, so yeah, that is the Loki book tag. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, Eric over at Break Even Books, for creating this tag. I will leave his original video down below, so go and watch it and go subscribe to him because he makes really, really good videos. And yeah, subscribe to me if you haven't already. Ring the bell. My Twitter, Instagram are down below as always, along with my Amazon wishlist. And yeah. Oh, I should probably ask you guys a question. What is a book that you recently got because you thought the cover was real nice, but then you read it and it was awful? Let me know. Answer the very last question for me. Like, I'll try and leave the questions down below as well so that you guys can answer them for yourselves in the comments if you want. So yeah, hope you're having a good day. I love you, and bye.